One of the most important steps is your manual pre-cleaning. That's because this process already removes a large portion of your contamination. Before you put your endoscope in a disinfection machine, you want the initial contamination, so the number of microorganisms on the scope, to be as low as possible. The instruction manual for a scope doesn't really say much more than that you have to pressurize the scope. That's your only obligation, and what quality standards you attach to that as a hospital is up to you. The most error-prone element is that people have to follow the procedure and continuously have to perform the same actions on each scope. And there's a kind of risk in that an employee, due to rushing or for whatever reason, skips a certain step and doesn't perform it. So you actually increase your initial contamination. We're seeing that due to the speed of the process in which they perform their tasks, they're not looking as closely at the outer casing of the scope and whether there's any damage to it. We had a leak tester before this one, but it wasn't really a tester. We pressurized the scope and there was no form of detection on it at all. We really didn't know whether it was leaking or not. The moment you put it in the water bath and you turned the scope around, for example, you couldn't really detect the leaks. Personally, I think it's an efficient device because you pressurize the scope and you don't have to worry about it any further. It measures automatically, and in the meantime you can just carry out your procedure. So in terms of delay in the process, it is minimal. Of course, it is an extra action, but it's minimal, and I think that is the big advantage of the LeakControl. In practice, we do notice that we detect a leak earlier. It's a noticeable improvement, and with LeakControl we increase our quality, so we find out about leaks and damages to our scopes much sooner.